Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to Studio Live today. In this video, I'm going to take you behind the scenes and show you the 5 tools that I use every day for my online video creation. But if it's your first time here, who am I? What is this? My name is Pete. This is Studio Live today, where my goal is to help you create your best music and video. Because let's be honest, in this world, in this modern social media world of ours, video is kind of ubiquitous when it comes to music. Since MTV dropped that first video way back when, it's been a big part of the actual music scene. So that's why I'm going to go through some video creation tools. So whether you are someone who is getting into YouTube, who wants to do what I do, YouTube tutorials or sharing videos on YouTube or Facebook or anywhere else, or if you're just a musician, not just a musician, if you are a musician and you want to share some of your music as a video, then this video may be for you. We're going to go through 5 different tools. If you're watching on the replay, there'll be timestamps down in the description so you can catch up on those. And many of these will be affiliate links that I've got down in the description as well. So if you do want to check out any of these, if you do use those, they'll break off a little chunk. If you do decide to buy the full version, they'll break off a little chunk and send it my way. But here's the good news. Out of the 5 tools, 4 of them have very cool free versions. So we're not going to go in here and say, you need to spend a whole lot of cash to create good videos. You can create great videos without spending a fortune. What are we going to go through? Let's give you the quick tour here, shall we? We're going to go through 5 apps. LumaFusion is my video creating app of choice. They're going to show you Canva, which is a design application within the web, which you can check out, which is very cool. I've got to go back to my list here. They're going to show you our TubeBuddy. So if you are using YouTube and you want to be able to find out, what tag should I use? How do I manage titles? What do I put in my description? TubeBuddy can help. I'm going to talk TransferWise. Now, you might be thinking, Pete, this isn't a finance show and you're not an accountant. No, I'm not, and it's not. But I'm going to show you TransferWise because that's what I use to actually manage if I'm getting paid or if I'm earning revenue, which is really important for musicians and for video creators alike. Because if you're earning money in different countries, trying to get it transferred to your country sometimes is a challenge. And I'm going to talk about StreamYard, which is the very app that I'm using right here. And it is what allows me to do cool things like throw the comments here. So I can say g'day to Brian. I can say hi to Jade, hi to Dr. Zordas, 1000 watts, Tom Rochelle. I can throw all of these, Gertrude's here. I can throw all of these comments right up here on the screen. And I'll show you later how we can do that with StreamYard. There you go. That's a tease. That's going to be the last one, but you'll see it in action as we go through here because we can indeed throw all of these things up here. We can do banners. We can do all sorts of things as well. So it's all pretty cool. And I will mention some gear as well. And I'd be remiss not to, again, use StreamYard to put this down here. StudioLiveToday.com/gear is where you can go to check out all of the things that I'm going to talk about here in today's show. Are you ready to get started? I'm ready to get started. So let's dive on in, shall we? And start checking out our first tool. By the way, yes, I did laugh when I said tools to create. Some might say, Pete, you're the biggest tool of all. All right, let's get in here and take a look. So I'm going to go and check out LumaFusion first of all. So let's bring up my screen here. I'm going to share, and this is, again, you'll see StreamYard in action as we go through here because hopefully you'll be impressed by some of the features that we have in StreamYard. Here is my screen. So I'm now sharing my screen here in StreamYard, and this is LumaFusion. So LumaFusion is a video editing application. Now, as I said, the other 4 things we're talking about all have free versions. LumaFusion does not. However, if you're starting out in video editing and you're using an iPhone or an iPad, iMovie is also fantastic. I've got a heap of videos. If you search my name, Pete Johns and iMovie, go away, CCleaner, Pete Johns and iMovie, you're going to find a heap of videos. And iMovie does a lot, and it will take you to a certain point. And that's where LumaFusion will kick in because as you can see from the screen here, LumaFusion's got a lot going on. We've got audio channels that we can control. We've got up to 6 channels of audio, 6 channels of video. We can layer stuff up. We've got amazing titling services. We've got a whole bunch of things that we can use to edit video. And believe it or not, every single video you see here on the channel is edited on this, is edited on my iPhone XS. So if you have ever thought, oh, what does Pete use? Well, guess what? It's his phone, and it's LumaFusion. Here it is, loading up, LumaTouch, and this will jump in, and you'll see there's my latest project. That's the video that I released yesterday. Let's come back over here. That's the video I released yesterday, all edited right here on LumaFusion. Very, very cool. In fact, it is so cool. Let's show you a quick demo, shall we? So we'll go back to my screen, and I can bring over here we go. Now this tool I'm not mentioning, but the tool that I'm showing you here that it's allowing me to stream my iPad directly onto this screen is called Reflector 3. So if you want that one, or if you want a full tutorial on that, let me know as well. We can check out Reflector. But for now, let's take a look at a quick dive in to why you would want LumaFusion. So LumaFusion, it's about $30 to buy, $30 US on the App Store. And as I said, if you're starting out, using something like iMovie is pretty cool, but you can pretty instantly see the power we have here with LumaFusion. So here's a project that I put together. And the beautiful part here is that if I'm doing something like I do, which is tutorials, we can have two bits of video here. So this bit here, I've got my screen recording that's come in here, and that you can see in this pane here. We can shift things around and move them around. And then I've got my little floating head here, which is this video clip here. I've separated out the audio so you can process that separately, and you can do lots of very cool things like tagging and titling. As you can see here, I can pop up my little Pete Johns. We can do motion titles, so you can see there that I have the ability to move that up and down. And if we come in, we can adjust all of that. So if we just, it's a little harder with the mouse on the screen here, but if we double tap on that one, we can come in here and you've got a heap of functions in here, a lot of different titling options that we can set up. I use it pretty simply, but we've got motion control here, so you can actually use keyframing, which is very, very cool. It means you can move things. You can see it starts down there and it pops up and comes back down. So there's animated titles that we have here in LumaFusion. It really just is the full package. And to be able to have this sort of power, this sort of powerful video editing on your phone or your iPad is kind of ridiculous. Every time I use this, I'm kind of blown away. And you can see there, we've got transitions in between the full screen and then cutting straight back into that screen there. Yeah, it's just really cool. You can render out in a whole bunch of different formats. So once you've done and you're ready to go, you can just go out to a movie here, go to your photos, put it wherever you like. You can change, and this is the beautiful part. So iMovie is very limited with its export. If you want the highest quality, so you want 4K, you want to make sure that you've got the right video quality, audio quality in here, adjustable frame rate. You can do vertical video, horizontal video, square video for Instagram, whatever you want to do. It's doable here in LumaFusion. It really is a super powerful platform for your video creation. So there you go, LumaFusion. You can head over to the App Store and check it out. It is, as I said, it's the one thing we have here today that does not have a free version, but I consider iMovie the free version of LumaFusion. So if you are getting into video editing, then you can go ahead and do that. Let's move on because we've got a lot to get through here today and only a limited amount of time to do so. So we're going to move on to our next platform. But if you're getting value out of this one, you're not already subscribed, you know what to do, the YouTube thing. And if you do like it, hit the like button. That tells me you want to see more videos just like this one. So you've edited your video, you've shot it on your phone, you've edited it in iMovie or LumaFusion, and now it's time to release it, to put it out there on YouTube, on Facebook, on Instagram, wherever you like. Well, you know what you need to go along with a video these days? You need some good artwork. You need some artwork, some thumbnail, something to actually go along. And this is where my next platform comes in, which is called Canva. Let's bring up Canva. Here it is. So you can go to studiolivetoday.com/Canva. And if you sign up there, again, that is an affiliate link. If you do choose to buy one of these subscriptions, then they will break off a chunk and send it my way. But the free version of Canva is so ridiculously cool. It can do so many cool things. So if we come in here and we take a look, the free version under our pricing tab here, here you go. So with the free version, you've got 8,000 plus free templates, you've got 100 design styles, and you've literally got hundreds of thousands of free photos and graphics. And this is the cool thing. Even with the free version, if you're creating album art, if you're creating thumbnails, there are so many free to use graphics, images, templates in there it'll take you a while. I used Canva for free for probably 6 months before I finally went, there's actually some of these pro features that I need. And as it says here, it does grow with your brand. And it did for me when I was just making one video a week and, wasn't really up there with my thumbnail game. I didn't need all of the things that Canva Pro has. But now I love it because it has things like this. One-click design resize, so you can go from like widescreen to a square image if you want to use your things on Instagram as well. It's got a whole bunch more free templates, 60 million plus stock images, photos, and videos too. So you can create motion video stuff if you're using sort of animated GIFs and you want videos. I use it for presentations as well. Like I don't like PowerPoints anymore. I use Canva for presentations. And the one thing that the Pro version has that's really cool is transparent PNG support and also a background remover, which I actually love. So you can turn any image into a transparent PNG file, which is pretty cool. But that's that's just the outside of things. Why don't we dive in and take a look at Canva in a little bit of action? So here is my Canva platform. And what we can do, you can see here, I've got all your designs and these should look quite familiar because these are all of the thumbnails that I design for the different shows. So there's the one that I designed for this very show. So why don't we jump in and take a look at that, and I'll show you some of the things that we can do here with Canva. So we'll open this one up. There you go, tools for online video. I've got a black background in there. I've used the tool there to remove the background, to put that around there. And then I've brought in the logos of the different services that we're talking about here. And here's where it becomes cool. This is the main reason I bought the Pro version, is that I was able to upload a lot of these images. So if I come to upload, here's these images. So this one here, like the StreamYard one, it's not a PNG, it's not transparent. So what did I do? Well, I went to effects here and I hit the background remover. And on the fly, it does all that processing. Now there's free services that can do this for you, but when you're producing a video a day or when you're producing a lot of content, having the ability to just do that and then have that there is pretty darn cool. Did the same with my head here. So I just grabbed the photo. Whoop, where am I? I grabbed the upload of me here and threw it straight in there. Not any of those ones. But I can throw in a photo of myself. Let's just get this one, this dude pointing to the right, and then we can just go effects, we can go background remover, and we can remove that. You can see there we've got titling tools, we've got really good arrangement tools on here too. So I consider Canva, there you go, there's me. If I wanted to get really up my own butt, I can put two of me in the frame and go from there. We won't though. So yeah, you've got good alignment tools. So if we grab this title, see these little purple lines that pop up, they're going to tell us when we've got things centered. So we can line it up there. You can just use your keyboard to do sort of micro adjustments, move things around. You can see I've got different layers here. So I'm layering things on top. So for a non-designer like me, this is actually pretty cool because I can do all of these things. And then of course we can export these out. So we can download it as PDF, as PNG, as JPEG, video even, and GIF. So you can actually use an animated GIF. You can do animations in here with this sort of stuff. So there's a lot that you can do. I've only scratched the surface here, but the beautiful part is check it out for free. Go over to studiolivetoday.com/Canva and check it out for free and see what you think, because there's no obligation to upgrade ever. And unlike a lot of, how you use a free version sometimes and they're like, you can do everything and then you can't export, or you can only do 3 things and then it pops up a weird thing saying to upgrade. Canva doesn't do any of those. And in fact, most of the services we're talking about here today, I like them because they're really good business models. Not only are they a good platform, they're a good business model as well. So I think that that's pretty darn cool. Alrighty, let's move on and work through to our next one, which is it is TubeBuddy. Now, I wanted to mention TubeBuddy. I mentioned this to folks when you start getting into YouTube or when you start creating YouTube videos. Some of the challenging things are learning all of the things. So learning about what are tags, what are descriptions, what are titles, how do I get my videos so that people can actually find them? These are all important things, and this is what TubeBuddy can actually do for you. So if we come over here, this is TubeBuddy, and you can see folks that I trust, like Nick Nimmin, says, yep, TubeBuddy makes getting better results on YouTube. So again, it's a free install. It's a Chrome browser plugin, and it goes directly here into Chrome. So it integrates with YouTube. You don't need to use it separately. When you're on YouTube on the web, it is separate. Oh, by the way, I didn't mention, I meant to mention the mobile versions as we go along here. So, sorry, we'll take one quick step back to Canva because Canva also has a mobile version, which you can see there. So the mobile version lets you do most of what you can do on the desktop version, but it's a little bit harder to do. And I must admit, when I'm trying to design things, I usually do them on desktop. But what's handy about that is all my designs go with me everywhere I go. So every time that I want to download something and just post it on Instagram, if I've done some images on my desktop, they're already there. I don't have to worry about transferring them. I just download them from my phone and then I'm good to go. So that is a handy feature. Anyway, back to TubeBuddy. So what do we have with TubeBuddy? You can see here, research, publish, optimize, promote, and test. So it's got advanced keyword research, helps you with your publishing, it helps you with the ability to get your videos out there, helps you rank in search results. So if you're creating content about a specific thing, and maybe not super useful for musicians, but you'd be surprised that even for a musician, if you tag it right with your name, with the type of music, the name of the song, if you're doing a cover version, making sure your tags are right, and of course, what everyone's after on social media, more views, more subscribers, all of those things. So let's once again take a look at this in action now. So if I go over, this is going to be dangerous. I'll make sure I'm set up here so I'm not going to show you anything that I'm not allowed to show you here on my YouTube channel. No, I think we're good. So, yep, we're cool. So if we come over here, let's take a look at TubeBuddy in action. So here is everything. Here's my dashboard. This is the command center for Studio Live today. And here's all the videos that I've released recently. I've got my uploads here and my live ones here. So that's the most recent upload of a video that I've got there. Now, what I can do a whole bunch of things here in YouTube, of course, but I've actually got this menu up the top here. See this little TubeBuddy logo? If I click on that one, I get all of this stuff. So I get a whole bunch more, and I've got the Pro license, as you can see up the top there. The free license is free. The Pro license, I pay about $9 a month, $9 US a month, and I get a bunch of extra features. So things like the thumbnail generator, the keyword explorer, SEO studio, there's a bunch of ways that you can actually use this, and it kind of fills in the gaps of what YouTube doesn't offer with their platform. This is what TubeBuddy does. Once again, really good free version. Don't buy it until you've tried it. I honestly say that. I think it was Jade who's here on the channel. I think, Jade, you tried it out, and I'm pretty sure that you upgraded to the Pro version, as I did, because there's just some extra stuff that you can do there. So let's jump in and see what it's like in an actual video. So if we open up, here's one I prepared earlier. This one here is my recent video, my how to mix volume in GarageBand iOS. So here's my title that I've got here. Here's my description. And as we come down, you can see here, these little TubeBuddy logos keep popping up in different places. So they're going to give us additional information as we're setting up our video that we don't get in the regular version. So you can see, you can come down here. We've got a thumbnail creator for there. We've then come down here and we've got different tag tools that we can see. So we can come in here and we can check out, we can copy and sort, we can use a keyword explorer, we can use suggested tags. So when we're tagging, it's pretty cool. And check this out, it's got recommended tags. So if you've got no clue what to tag it and you've just put a title and a description in, well, guess what? TubeBuddy is going to find tags that people are searching for that are relevant to your video and put them in there. So we're not talking clickbait here. We're not talking putting in tags that are completely irrelevant just to get people to click on your video and start watching it just to realize that it's a pile of dog turd. We're saying that these are going to be relevant tags. So it's saying how to mix in GarageBand iPhone, how to mix in GarageBand iPad, mixing in GarageBand iOS. So if I come back in here and I do some research and I realize that I'm not actually ranking for any of these search terms, well, guess what? I can actually come back and change my tags and update them based on what TubeBuddy thinks are going to be good tags. So there's a whole bunch of stuff. Again, we're only going to scratch the surface of this stuff. The best way is to sign up for the free account. Go to studiolivetoday.com/TubeBuddy. I've made all the links super simple for you here today. All you need, I know, I sound like I'm on that home shopping network. Oh yeah, we've got this and it's free and you also get, no, all this stuff from here on in is all free. And then there is always a subscription version. But again, the good thing about the free version of TubeBuddy is I know creators that have got 50,000 subscribers, excuse me, that are still using the free version. And there's so much that it can do. And it's only once you sort of reach the limit of what you want there that you can use the next version up. That is it. That is TubeBuddy, and we are going to continue on. If you do have questions, I should have mentioned this at the start, but if you're here live, we've got a Q&A section at the end of this one where I'll be jumping back and answering any questions you have about how I create, how I manage videos, how I do all of this stuff on YouTube. If you've ever had a burning question and you want to go behind the scenes, feel free to have that question ready and ask me when we get to that section. Let's move on for now, though, because we've got a bunch more to get through here. Let's move to our next topic. And we're talking money. I know, right? The fascinating world of finances. It is something that I don't have a lot of experience with, and this is what I have to put right up front, is that I am not an accountant, nor am I a tax professional, nor should I be giving you advice about how to manage your money. So let's put that all out there on Front Street right away, because none of this constitutes financial advice. I know all this stuff is obvious, but you just have to be super careful, because sometimes people will say, oh, but Pete said all I need to do is this, and then they get, arrested for tax evasion, and then they're like, darn you, Pete. Yeah. But let's jump in and have a look, because I want to show you one of the coolest tools that I found in a long time. So it is called TransferWise. Now this one is completely free to set up. So the good thing about TransferWise is, if like me, if you're living in the US, TransferWise may not be super useful, but it may, so don't tune out yet. But for folks like me that live in Australia, or if you're living in another country, a lot of the world's finances revolve around the US, the UK, and Europe. So for me, when I used to get paid through distributors for my music, or through t-shirt manufacturers when I'm selling merchandise, or through Amazon affiliates through Amazon, they're the worst. They don't want to pay you unless you've got a US bank account. And if they do pay you, they do things like send you a check, and you get a check in the mail. Now, I've got a story about that. Before I knew what to do, and I was very naive, I was making very little money. So let's say it was, €2, because it was. And one time I set my threshold, and I forgot to set a maximum threshold for the amount that I got paid. So I got a check from Amazon Germany for €2.16. Now, the problem with that is that €2.16 is worth about $4 here in Australia. And you know that the over-the-counter fee to cash a foreign check in Australia? Yeah, it's $25. So that now sits in my file as a memento and as a warning to me to just think a little bit before I do things, because that's €2.16 that I'm never going to see. But what is TransferWise? What can you do with it? Well, it's a multi-currency account platform which allows you to transfer money between different banks, different countries. And the cool thing about this is nothing shady. This is no dodgy money laundering thing going on here. This is just a platform that allows you, TransferWise, basically sit there, they're the entity, and you can set up different accounts in different parts of the world. So for instance, at the end of the month, I have a bunch of different people that pay me money through different revenue, and it's all little tiny bits and pieces here. Now, to get checks from all those people, again, I wouldn't make any money, because I'd be paying more in bank fees than I would in the transfer. So what do? Well, I use TransferWise. So you set up your account, you have a multi-currency account, which you can see here. You get this funky little ATM card. Yep, you get an actual debit card there. And then you get a bunch of different balances. So you have a balance, and I can't show you mine, I'm sorry, but just imagine that you have 4 different balances. You got Australian dollars, US dollars, euro, and UK, British pounds. And then you can transfer between those. And you transfer at pretty much the exchange rate. The fees for TransferWise are actually tiny. Now, a big shout out. I want to say that it was Justin Brown from Primal Video who put me onto TransferWise, and a big thank you to Justin, because before this, I was just struggling, and TransferWise has kind of been a game changer for me. Is it going to be something that every creator is going to use? No, but this might be one to put in your back pocket, because even if you are a part-time creator or a part-time musician, you're just doing this for a bit of fun, at some stage, you're probably going to hit something where you're making a little bit of money. You're using DistroKid, you're using Amuse, you've got like $10 US or £5 or whatever in money. And guess what? The best thing to do is set yourself up a free TransferWise account and go ahead and transfer that money around and convert it into whatever you need. So that is, let me just check my notes. Well, I won't do that. I realize my notes are on the same screen as everything else. What else do we want to talk about? Yep, so getting from foreign bank accounts, make sure that, this isn't anything about tax. You're still paying tax on any income that you get in. But yeah, it's just a great way to get your stuff around there, to get your money transferred between different places. So what does it have to do with YouTube creation? Well, you know what? If you're doing this for just the joy, maybe nothing. But if you are a creator and you're starting to earn any money, even if you're selling like 5 t-shirts with your band name on them and you're going to make, $3 per t-shirt, you want to get that $15. You want to get most of that into your bank. Anyway, I've probably labored the point. Let's talk about what is one of my favorite platforms, and that is StreamYard. What is StreamYard? StreamYard is this. StreamYard is what you've been looking at this entire time because it is an online streaming platform. Let's jump in over here and take a look. There it is. There is StreamYard. And thank you to Jade. Jade's been throwing the links here. And I'll use this as a demo because what we can do is with StreamYard, as you can see, I'm sharing my screen. I'm here live and I can pop up any comments like that. So if Jade's doing something like this, she's saying, yep, studiolivetoday.com/TransferWise. That's how you can go to TransferWise and check out and set up a free account. Or you can, come here to StreamYard, which is studiolivetoday.com/StreamYard. Now, the cool thing about StreamYard is it has a free version as well as a paid version. Like all of these, they all have a very cool free version. And the free version of StreamYard has a few limitations, which I'll tell you about as we go through here. But you've already seen a lot of the stuff in action. We have those banners that you can pop up at the bottom. So if I want to say, check out my gear guide, I can do this. And it will pop that down at the bottom there, which is very cool. You can also do tickers, which just sort of scroll along the bottom of the screen. I don't love those. They're not super cool. You can come here to comments and you can jump into here. And so you can put Scott's comment here saying, pretty cool. TubeBuddy is one of those solutions that easily saves time and solves a problem. They're usually the best. Exactly. And this is what I wanted to, and you've said that better, Scott, than I possibly ever could, is that these are all solutions that save time and solve a single problem and do it well. So for me, streaming is difficult because setting up OBS and setting up the ability to stream is something that's not super easy to do. I know that Jade, who's here in the chat, is doing some videos this week on how you can actually do that in OBS and how you can set up your own streams. And that's definitely a thing that you can do. And it's probably cheaper, but it's certainly not easier. So StreamYard is very, very cool for exactly this. There's a bunch of different things you can do with your branding as well. We can change from that default to a more minimal banner. So if we want to have a little bit more of a professional view, I kind of like the other banner though, if we go back to the default. I like these ones. They're big and clunky. You can actually put your logo in here. So if we come in here to my branding, it's lost me my logo. Hang on, brand one. No. I'm saying how easy it is to use and then I'm struggling. There it is. There's my logo. If we come back to here, yeah, you can use transparent PNGs to have your logo. So there's my logo in the top right corner, as you can see there. Now, I'll talk about the limitations of the free version. So with the free version, you're going to get this logo, powered by StreamYard. That's going to be up in your top right corner of all of your streams. And you can stream to only one location at a time for up to 40 hours a month, I believe. It's a really generous amount. We'll check the pricing in a minute to see what it is. But yeah, I'm pretty sure it's up to 40 hours a month that you can do for free with StreamYard. But yes, you will have that little banner on there. Now, the real power of StreamYard comes in with guests. And in hindsight, I should have had someone ready to go as a guest here on the show. But it's very, very simple. If you've ever seen any of the creator series videos that I've done, any of the interviews I've done, when Mike from Creative Source and I used to host a show together, we do all of that with StreamYard. So it's a really simple way to do that. I'll show you the back end in a moment so you can see how we set things up and how easy it is to actually set up a stream and give you a live demo. But let's just jump back over and take a look at the info here. So if we come in here to getting started, oh, no, that's not it. I thought there was a pricing thing here that I could get to without logging in. We'll scroll on down. Pricing, there we go. This is what I wanted to show. So the free, you get screen sharing, banners, on-screen comments, 6 on-screen participants. So yeah, you can have the Brady Bunch thing going on with up to 6 people there. Green screen, didn't even mention that. That's very cool. You can stream to a bunch of locations. You do have the branding in there and you do have streaming limits, which is, 20 hours per month. I said 40, it's 20 hours per month you get. Here's the thing that you get with the basic plan, which is what I'm on, $20 per month, billed annually, or I think it's $25 a month, billed monthly. You get up to 10, you got none of that branding, unlimited streaming, 10 on-screen participants, you get your own logo, your own overlays, your own backgrounds, custom locations and destinations, recording 4 hours per stream. Oh, and they've just updated this. You get 3 destinations. It used to be 2. There you go. So I'm streaming right now to Facebook and YouTube live. Apparently, I've now got a 3rd destination. There you go. I can do that. And then you've got your pro version. So you can do recording of up to 8 hours of stream, and you can multi-stream to 8 separate destinations. Now, where can you stream to? Well, it's YouTube. It is Facebook, Twitch, Twitter/Periscope. Can't do Instagram yet because their API hasn't been opened up, and LinkedIn as well. So and how would you get 8 then? We can do it to multiple. So if I wanted to stream this to a Facebook group, as well as my Facebook page, as well as 2 YouTube channels, as well as 2 Twitch streams, I could set all of that up on the professional version. But again, the good thing about this is for free. If you are just starting out and you're doing live streaming, 20 hours per month for free, and all you have is that little powered by StreamYard logo, I think that's actually a pretty good deal. Let's jump in and take a quick squiz, shall we, at StreamYard and the back end of it. So I just need to go to my StreamYard, which is here. So we'll bring this one back up. So this is what it looks like once you have your StreamYard account set up. So here is the upcoming broadcast. So this is this very broadcast we're in right now. So all I did here is I hit Enter Broadcast Studio, I set up my mic and my camera, and then I hit Go Live. And that was me at the very start. That's what you saw at the start of this show. So that was very, very cool. And then what you've actually got, which is also cool, is all of the past broadcasts for up to 30 days are stored in here. So you can see where it was streamed to. You can see, there you go, it was streamed to my Studio Live Today Facebook group, my Pete Johns YouTube channel, and how long they were, the date, the time, and the titles, and everything. And you could even do very cool things like if I, so I did this live stream for my Patreons the other day. If I wanted to download this, I can actually click here, and I can come in here and download the recording. So I can download the entire recording of that live stream. Now, you might say, well, you can do that from YouTube and you can do that from Facebook, but this just gets the direct stream. It stores it for 30 days. You can download it immediately. So as soon as I've finished with this stream, I'll download this, because if there's bits I want to clip out to put into Instagram or put elsewhere, I can do exactly that. So StreamYard, very cool. And you would see there, actually I can go out of this, I can come back, it requests it, and then when it's ready, it'll download for me. So we can come out of that, and your destinations here, you can see, you can set up all of the different places that you want to stream to. So all of your different Facebook groups, all of your different YouTube channels. I've only used it with Facebook and YouTube, but you can use it for a bunch of other places as well. And there you go. You can see I'm live here right now. It tells you that that is the case. So that is StreamYard. Let me just check my notes and make sure that I've said everything. Oh, the other great thing, so StreamYard, it can be used on your Mac, your PC, your iPhone, your iPad, your Android device. You can now host and be a guest on any device. So if I'm on the go, haven't tried it with the hosting yet, but I've definitely used, say, my phone as a second camera. So I could add my phone right now. I won't do it because it'll take too much time and effort, but I could add my phone as a second camera and then have that and then go walk around and be live streaming from my phone. And when you're inviting guests, it's as simple as one click, and then you invite your guest on into the stream. You send them a link, they click on it or they tap on it, and then they're boom, straight into the stream. So that's pretty cool. And the good thing, as opposed to streaming from your PC, using up your resources and your CPU and your processor and your memory of your computer, StreamYard does all of that stuff on its server end. So all it's doing is sending your audio and video. It's not doing the encoding and all the hard lifting and grunt work. All that's being done offsite on their end, on their servers. So if you've got a less than adequate computer and you're like, oh, I wanted to live stream, but every time I try it with OBS or with Streamlabs, it's too clunky, frame rate's bad, it's fuzzy, it's just not working. Well, guess what? StreamYard will help you with that. So it's not for everyone. What limitations does it have? You may be asking. Well, the two main ones are that it's 720p, not 1080p right now. They are working on 1080p, but if you're looking at this video and going, it's not the high quality that I want, well, yeah, it's 720p because it's designed more for talk shows, for training, for things like this. And the audio is mono, and you might have noticed that the audio bitrate isn't beautiful. And this is the one reason that I don't use StreamYard for everything. If I'm doing a music stream and I want you to be able to hear nice, crystal clear stereo audio, I'm going to have to set up in OBS and do a manual stream. But if I'm doing something like this, StreamYard for the absolute win. Righty dokie. Let's remove. I do love you, StreamYard, but I'm going to put my brand back there. There we go. And we're going to finish up. So, in fact, I'll take all the branding away. So let's go through and just quickly revise those 5 that we've been through here today. If you do have any questions or comments about any of these, or you want to ask a question about the things that I do here on Studio Live today, now is your time. And if you're watching on the replay, you can jump down and ask those in the comments section if you're not here live. So please, if you want to know any of the inside stuff that I do, whatever I can share with you, I will share here. So let's use my StreamYard to share my screen again. What have we gone through today? If you're looking to edit videos, iMovie for free. So if you want a free video editing software, iMovie on your iPhone or iPad. If you want to go up to the next level, LumaFusion by LumaTouch is what you want to check out. It's about $30 US, but it really packs a punch. 6 channels of audio, 6 of video, titles, transitions, the ability to add a bunch of different stuff in there. It is super cool. If you're editing and releasing a lot of video, you kind of want LumaFusion if you're doing it on your iOS device. We then talked about Canva, the online platform that helps you design all of the different things. So I use this, as I said, for my thumbnails, for my album artwork, for posters, for presentations, for anything. And it's the other thing is it's super cool for the kids and their schoolwork. So yeah, Canva for the win there. If you've got kids as well, they can jump onto your Canva. My kids love doing a bit of creative design work, creating their own things, and t-shirts. If you own a Studio Live Today t-shirt, it was created using Canva. So if you want to sell some merch, which is a very cool thing to do, by the way, more people should do that. Design yourself some t-shirts, go to Teespring or somewhere, put some free designs, put some designs out there, sell some t-shirts. Why not? If you've got a creative idea, might be worth exploring. TubeBuddy. Yes, love me some TubeBuddy. This has been a game changer. I didn't talk about the TubeBuddy mobile app too, like I meant to, but the TubeBuddy mobile app on here, let's just find it, doesn't have all of the same functions, but it still does some good things. So you can jump in there and check out your different stats and your different stuff on the mobile app as well. And again, it's a free resource. You can download it and install it for free. And then if you choose to upgrade, you can do so. StudioLiveToday.com/TubeBuddy is the place. We then talked about TransferWise. So again, sorry, I had to bore you for 5 minutes about money stuff. But again, if you are starting to turn your hobbies into passions, your passions into businesses, then TransferWise is going to help you because it's going to get you the ability to ship around those foreign currencies. It's been a game changer for me when it comes to stress-free management, and I haven't set foot inside a bank to cash a check since, or paid the $25 fees. So it's very, very cool. Very, very cool. And StreamYard. So yes, StreamYard, again, a free streaming platform that you can check out there. It is free, the basic plan for $20 per month, but it is, in my humble opinion, the easiest way to get started into live streaming. You got yourself a mic and a camera and a computer or a device, and you want to stream, guess what? You can do it. You can go live with StreamYard, and you can do it right now. That is going to do it here. What questions or comments do we have from the folks here live? Let's jump back over there. So thank you again to Jade Star, who's doing a wonderful job here moderating today. There you go. There's the StreamYard link there, studiolivetoday.com/StreamYard. Let's jump up. We're going to go backwards here from the bottom and see if we've got any questions. Firstly, shout out to my man, Marcus Manderson, Duff Fingers. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Langston Reese, do your kids use GarageBand? Yes, they do. Both of them have created a few songs each. They don't use it all the time, but they definitely use GarageBand to create, and they use a lot of this other stuff. I've tested StreamYard with my daughter. She loves doing that sort of thing as well. So she's sort of my helper when it comes to testing out a lot of these services as well. And she loves Canva as well, as I said before. Question here from Tom Richel. Question, does TubeBuddy work on all browsers? I use Edge on PC and Safari on Mac. I believe it is a Chrome plugin. So I believe that you might have to suckle from the Google teat if you want to use TubeBuddy. I could be totally wrong on that, but I reckon the main use is a Chrome extension. You can log into the site directly, but I think the best use for it is the Chrome extension. So I would say that is the case. Here's a good question from Jade Star. How long does it take you approximately to edit a daily video? That's a good question. So it depends on the length of the video. So usually, on a standard day, so let's say it's a day where I've got a video idea, I get up in the morning. I usually do it in the morning. Get up in the morning, have my breakfast, talk to the kids, do all the things, and then I'll sit down and do a video. If it's gonna, it usually takes me around 30 minutes to shoot a video. If it's about a 10-minute tutorial, and then it probably takes me another 30 minutes to edit and get ready to upload. So it's probably a 1-hour process, 30 minutes to shoot, transfer all the files over to my iPhone, and then go into LumaFusion, pull the files together, chop it down, edit it, and then get it out. Look, it did take me probably 3 hours when I started. I've probably got about 200% efficiency over that time, because now, the whole thing is about an hour. And then I set it to upload. I'll go and do some other things, and then before I sort of start my real work day, I'll jump into YouTube. I'll use TubeBuddy, get all of my tags, get everything set up, ready to go. And my title, my description, my thumbnail that I've created in Canva, that all takes another about 30 minutes to an hour. So it's anywhere from about an hour and a half to 2 hours total, and that includes shooting, editing, uploading, and then all of the YouTube stuff. I think I saw some more questions. Have a question here. Have you heard of or used Second Life? It is an interesting way to create cartoon type video content for music. Some of your followers here may be interested. Is that Second Life as in the Second Life that was around like 20 years ago, or 15, or at least 10, a long time ago? Was that like the online virtual reality platform that was going to be the next big thing, where people bought islands and companies bought islands, and I don't know, is it that one, or a derivation from there? Maybe, we'll find out. But yeah, cool. I haven't thought of or had a look at Second Life in a really long time. Tom says that yes, 20 hours is still pretty good for free. Yeah, even the free version with the little branding. So again, you'll get the little branding logo there for StreamYard. It'll pop up in the corner. But 20 hours for free to be able to stream to YouTube or to Facebook is very, very cool. And because it's a third-party platform, often some platforms have like for mobile, they have a 1,000 subscriber. I think YouTube has 1,000 subscriber minimum for streaming on mobile. But because you're not really streaming on mobile with StreamYard, you can put 2 and 2 together. Yeah, do yourself some streaming. Okay? We'll just see if we've got any other final comments or questions. We've got hello to Trait, who's planning to release a single, planning to make it on iTunes and GarageBand. Cool. I hope that goes out well for you. Tom Rochelle, yeah, the background remover saves a lot of time and effort. It really does. It is, again, it's something that you can do. There's PNG, transparent PNG, background removers all over the place. But as Jade says, just having it built in there into Canva, it just saves me a heap of time. So for this live stream tonight, so I talked before that Jade asked a question about how long it takes me to edit and release. When I'm doing a live stream, it really only takes me about 20 minutes. So last night, to do that thumbnail, I just took a picture of me, removed the background, found those logos, downloaded them, put them in there, removed the background, put my title in, which is pretty standard and generic, and my logo, and then went to StreamYard and set up my new stream, which I didn't show you. I did mean to show you how to set up a new stream in StreamYard. Might show that right at the end if we have some time. But yeah, it's super simple to do. So this stream, I then set all that up last night. I go to bed, I get up, I jump into StreamYard, I hit go live. I have my notes here. So that's the other thing. It did take me another probably 30 minutes to write my notes for this. But we're all good. We're all ready. We're all good to go. Just checking. Hello to Scott, who's jumped in there. Hello, Agus from Argentina. Zachary Flo, hope you're well as well, my friend. We'll come down to the bottom here and see if we have any final questions or comments. We do. So Lina says, hey, what have I missed? Quite a lot. You might have to go back and review, because we covered a heap of stuff in this one. So I hope you're doing well. Any suggestion? Where's this one? So we'll come back to you, Gertrude. H&D relaxation. Any suggestion on mixing piano in iOS? Piano is actually pretty easy to mix in iOS. In terms of GarageBand piano, the GarageBand piano, it actually already has some nice reverb and EQ on it. All I tend to do is usually remove a bit of the treble. So I'll use LRC5, the EQ app, and check out Jade. Did some videos on this last week. So head over to Jade Star's channel if you want more information. But yeah, it's LRC5. EQ is about all I use on piano, just to bring out, depending what else is in there. If it's just piano, don't have to do much. If there's other competing instruments, I'll use that to usually take off some top end, because it can be a little bit bright and a little bit crisp on piano. Anyway, hopefully that helps. We'll talk more mixing in future videos, I'm sure. Question from Gertrude. How is Luma versus iMovie for editing music videos with lots of lip sync? Yes, and I've seen your videos, and I can imagine that would be challenging. So the beauty part of LumaFusion, for syncing up audio is that it's got really good zoom feature. So you can't really see. Oh, yes, you can. You can see this. So you can zoom right on in and you can easily nudge side to side. So if you're trying to line up audio and video and do that lip syncing thing for your music video, LumaFusion's pretty good. Doesn't actually have auto detection of audio, but using your waveforms that you can see there, as I've just moved one out of the way, you can see that you can line up your audio waveforms quite easily. And I use that when I'm using a third party. Do I have it in here? No, I don't. But when I'm using two different clips, then that makes it super easy because I just make sure I've got the audio from one and from the other, and then you can line it up. So definitely a lot easier than iMovie in terms of shifting those clips around. iMovie, you kind of, you'll know this if you've used it, you drag it along and you can never quite get it right in the right spot. It takes a long time. LumaFusion, a lot quicker. Question 1000 watts. Questions. I put timestamps in the description of a video and I'm not getting chapters. I watch many videos, including the YouTube one, and it's still not working. I think, don't quote me on this, but I think chapters, that the actual chapter, so timestamps should work in that you should be able to click a timestamp and take you to a certain section. Chapters may only be if you have a certain number of subscribers. I know it's a new feature and it's slowly opening up. I'd be surprised if it's not open to everyone eventually. I'm trying to find, I just searched YouTube chapters and it took me to youtube.com and searched for chapters. So I'm just trying to find the answer for this for you. Add chapters, let's see. We'll see if there's anything. Sign in, edit video. Yeah, so it doesn't say that it's restricted to anyone or anything in particular. So yeah, check out this description because I'll put timestamps in this one, or check yesterday's video because I've got timestamps in there. Just make sure your timestamps are in that time format, which is 2 characters, colon 2 characters. So if it's 1 minute 37, it's got to be 01 colon 37 space, and then put in your chapter name, and that should put your timestamps in there. We'll see if we've got any final questions, and then we're going to put a cork in it because we're done. Scott says, pretty good workflow for as many videos you put out, you've reached max efficiency. I pretty much have, I think so, because I've got my idea list, so I usually know what I'm doing the night before. And yeah, when I get up, I'll look at my idea list, I'll sketch out my plan, and then I'll hit record on the iPad, hit record on the webcam and OBS here, record my video, record my screen capture, put it into LumaFusion, bring it together, export it, blah, blah, blah. I'm making breakfast and having coffee while I'm doing this because obviously some of those things involve encoding the video in LumaFusion, uploading it to YouTube. So yeah, in the space of about 2 hours in the morning, I'll go from nothing. And that's what I love about creating. It's the same with music. You take nothing, like you take a blank canvas, blank piece of slate, whatever analogy you want, and you turn it into something. So I love the fact that with video, you take nothing and then you create a thing in the world, and you got the thumbnail, you got the title, the tags, the video, the editing. It's a cool thing. It's fun to do. I recommend it to everyone. Jade is doing a show in 15 minutes on Pixelmator for iOS, making album art and assets for live streaming. There you go. If you like that Canva preview and you want an alternative, check out Jade's video coming up. Jump over to her channel right now. Stu Cash, yes. Oh, so Stu has done exactly this. So I haven't done a lot of music videos, Gertrude, but Stu has. If you check out Stu's video, he edits those in LumaFusion, and he said it is amazing for lining up lip sync. So there you go. A couple more questions, and then we will finish off. Kip, hello to you, says, do you ever make lyric videos for your music? And if so, what do you use? iMovie is a bit tedious. Yeah, so LumaFusion is easier. Still not super simple, but easier for doing lyric videos, because what you can do, especially now that you have the copy and paste function. So what I do, you might have noticed in some of my videos, the little title that I put at the bottom there. So we'll just see if we can hold this up. So there you can see I've got my little title there that pops up. So that goes like that. And you might have noticed if I'm doing a bunch of things and I've got links and things, what I'll actually do is I'll copy that. So we've now got, in the latest version of LumaFusion, we've got complete copy and paste. So I can copy that, and then I can go to a different part of the video, and then I can tap the paste button like that, and it puts it there again. And then I can just go in there and edit the text. So if you've got the text all there in, say, Notepad, you can then just copy the line of text, paste it into the title. It's still clunky, but it's better. if that makes sense. Still not super. No one's sold for that, as far as I know, for the perfect lyric video where it does audio detection and then you just put a text file in there and it just creates beautiful lyric titles for you. I've always had to do it manually myself, so hopefully it's not there. Brad says, what's the link to Jade's channel? If you're watching, she's here. You can just click her face and go there. But Jade, you want to grab a link and throw it there? Grab a link to your channel and throw it there. We'll pop it up here in the live stream before we finish up this one. Linus says, can you layer pianos in GarageBand? Sorry if that was what you're asking. Yeah, absolutely. Layering pianos, I do it all the time. I usually create one piano track for my lower piano, one for my sort of mids and higher piano. And then, yeah, you can definitely layer up multiple piano sounds, up to 32 tracks if you want to. Yeah, it's a good way to get better control and a fuller sound if you want to. And then you can, of course, change your settings, your reverb, your panning, and get some cool custom sounds. So hopefully that helps you out. Jade may be off actually preparing for her show. So let me just put... no, I'm searching my own channel. Let's not do that. I will just find that link. While I'm doing this, yes, thank you everyone for being here. If you are here live and you got some value out of this one, hit the like button. That will tell me that I should come back and do more of these shows in the future. And if you are not already subscribed to the channel, I highly recommend doing that because I do put out a video every day. They're not always super long. That's the other thing. That's the 2 hours I talked about was for the 10-minute, 20-minute videos I do. Quite often I'll do a 2-minute tip when I don't have a lot of time. So if you ever see a 2-minute tip, you can say, Pete ran out of time. So he's doing that. There you go. Jade has just thrown her channel ID there, youtube.com/c/Jade Star. You'll be able to get over there and check out her live show in just 10 minutes time. That is going to do it for me. Once again, if you do want to check out any of the 5 resources we talked about here, a bunch of links down in the description and in the comments there, so you can go and check all of those out. As I mentioned, LumaFusion's the only paid one. All the rest of a free version, and they're not the namby-pamby free versions that are completely limited and let you do nothing. They're free versions that you'll probably be able to use for a long time, and you'll know when you hit the barrier. Some may hit the barrier in 1 or 2 days. Some folks may use them for weeks and months and years and never have to update to the paid version. I'm not here to tell you to use the paid version, but I'm here to say some of these, I've done the hard work. I've tried all the things. I've tried a bunch of different platforms, LumaFusion, Canva, TransferWise. These are all the things that I now use in StreamYard to get the job done. So thank you everyone for being here. I hope you have a great day. Keep creating, look after yourselves and others, and I'll see you next time. Take care.